sometimes it's good to just fully reset. You know, take 2 to 3 days off. Just not playing. Go outside. Touch grass. You know what I mean? Go on you know, go to the beach, whatever. And then you come back refreshed, and you kind of forget about those mistakes. But another way of doing it is VOD reviewing your own games and then understanding, you know, what are my mistakes? So that's what we're here for. All right. First things first, yeah? On Reyna, always get 2 sucks. 2 sucks and ghost. Always, 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 always. I mean, you can argue a sheriff in 1 suck, but like the power of 2 sucks on pistol round is so unbelievably huge. Also, I would not have ran into this. Just walk into the blender, you know?
I need a heal surge, please.
So always find out where the Reyna's, or find out where the sentinel is playing and go to the other site. This is such simple advice, but poke around a little bit, you know? Tell your team, hey guys, let's find out where KJ's playing and go to the other opposite site. And they're going to be like, okay, you know, that's all you have to say. And then, you know, if you hear that turret back site, you're leaving. And you're running A, all 5 of you. So you don't run into like this blender.
KO heaven.
I felt the pressure to go out because 2 was already, yeah. Which is fine, but it's hard to kind of think in the moment. The idea is to kind of reflect on the round. Always think what you should have done. And if you do that enough, subconsciously you'll make the right decision. I use this example a lot, but imagine you're walking home from school on the bus, right? You just got off the bus. You're walking home, the same route to your home. Every time you're walking down this path, you stumble your toe on this rock that's just sitting in the road. If you do that 3 times in a row and you tell yourself, hey, there's a rock there, or, you know, fuck that rock, so the 4th time you're not going to hit your toe anymore because you've realized the mistake, right? You've realized the mistake after you stumbled your toe. So all you have to do is find that rock in your gameplay 3 times, right? And then you'll be able to improve off of that. Okay, this should be a sure one, right? You guys have guns. You guys went together. That's what you should be doing. Nice. So you should almost never get orbs, by the way. As Reyna. I don't know, you probably know that, but I'm just saying. Yeah, you guys need to, dude. If KJ is playing here with Astra setup, dude, I would avoid this place like the plague. A is free. A is free. If you get this kill and full heal, you can win. Oh, that's even better.
1 more reps, nice.
Okay, that was a good kill, but we noticed it in the last game too. When you suck, so you got to think, what are you scared of? This angle, right? After you get this kill, instead of wide swinging and sucking, you're going to be stuck in this animation and you won't be able to get this kill. What you should do instead is get this kill, move to your right while you're sucking, right? While the animation's going off, you go to your right. You go safe when you're stuck in animations, and then after that you wide swing. So you're not caught in an animation while you're wide swinging. See, like this. I would argue if you full healed here and you weren't stuck in animation, you had time to kill this guy too. Or at least do damage, right? Overall decent round though. Considering all things that went down, he stinks. HP, tough. Okay, KO, Raze here. I would ult and go in. Your team's not really in a position to. Good dismiss.
KO pushing me.
Your team is just leaving. No, your team. Your team should have been there. Or I guess you shouldn't have been pushing up. Because your team's falling off. Yeah. I guess if they're falling off, no one calmed anything. They just kind of fell off. I would have followed my team. That was kind of grief on their part. You guys would have had a site. Okay, instead of... I know you're buying for next round, right? Instead of light armoring Marshall, you should just... How much money do you have? Let me see. I would think that... I think buying a Sheriff is just better. Just regular Sheriff, that's it. I don't really like wasting much econ next gun round. You buy an op? No. Honestly, I probably wouldn't really buy an op ever, unless you're playing Jet and lower elos. It's really hard to get the timings and the positioning for it right. 9 out of 10 times you get punished for it. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing, like, after making the swap, make sure that you're pushing up with your team, right? Like, you're getting control of things. Nothing is really cleared yet. Yeah, the thing is with the op, like, unless you're really good with it and you really understand the positioning you need for it when you're not playing Jet, the reason why it's so strong on Jet, you can dash out when you're in a bad spot. With every other agent, it's almost like you have to have perfect positioning because it's so clanky. Dude, this is the same. You guys are not learning, right? You're not learning. You're not adapting. You guys have been winning rounds, but I'm telling you, it's... You guys are just walking into blenders. Also, even sitting on your ult. You want to pop your ult. Whenever I rush sites, I'm just ulting. Like right here. Okay, you can go for the res.
118. Still there.
Okay, so trade. You want to be in positions to trade your teammate. That's another thing that I'm noticing. So when your teammate is running out, be in a position to trade those skills. Don't let deaths go for free. Don't let teammate deaths go for free. The idea is, like, if your teammate is pushing out like that, you want to follow them up and be right there and get ready to trade that kill. Because that death is free. And now they can reposition and, like, you know, put themselves on a better angle. A shot. You can get that gun. Oof. Yeah, so the way that you guys are, like, grouping up, you guys are just grouping up a... Okay. You're Plat 3, right? So this is where this stuff will matter, okay? At the start of every round, you almost always want to run a default. Spread out, watch for pushes, get util, and avoid gunfights. So the idea behind this, running a default, the idea here is, like, you want to go mid at the start of every round because you want them to get util. You want them to use util, Astra smokes, whatever, sucks, whatever they have, you know, raise stuff. You want them to get that util. You don't want to make any contact, and then you group up and go wherever you want to go. But just poke around too much. But when it's so telegraphed that you guys are just grouping up A and just, they're just gonna over rotate. And when they over rotate, like Killjoy is now, she was at A killing you, right? She shouldn't be there. She's the B player. So the fact that she's there means that you guys are over rotate, or you guys are just way too telegraphed. Spread out, lurk more. Even if you're playing Reyna. I lurk all the time at Reyna. I got to Radiant lurking Reyna, so. Lurking Reyna is not bad. This guy wide peeked way too much. Also, you've been sitting on your ult, right? You want to just ult. You want to rip that thing. Put pressure mid. Okay, I like this better. See? Now you guys are grouping up mid. Smoke on ropes. Yeah, Astra. That's one Astra util. Let's see. Raise util. Coming. Alright, KO util. Anything else? Let's see. That's a risky... Yeah, what is he doing? I was gonna say that was a risky ass TP. With bomb too, especially. Just pop your ult. Good trade, but... Okay, I say this all the time. If you have ult, and your team bot, and the enemy team bot, then you want to ult. The idea here is, like, you put so much pressure on the team. You want every edge that you can get. You want to pop your ult. You want to win this round. You win this round, they're broke. The next one, they have to save. You farm up your ult for the next one. You can get like 2 to 3 really good ults off in a half. So... Even here, right? You see how the way that you're positioned, you're in a way that you're watching something, you're indecisive, your teammates swinging stuff. Be ready to trade these skills. This is too delayed. This trade was way too delayed. You waited, you recollected your thoughts, and then you decided to walk peak, right? Just be ready to just wide swing and trade. Force them to use that dismiss. Force them to, you know. But you just need to be able to trade a little bit quicker is all. Okay. Jet is 1 away from knives. She can drop 1. This guy can light armor and buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you always want to prioritize Vandal Phantom light shields, especially as Reyna, because you get 1 overheal and you're chilling. Dude, these guys are just over rotate. Okay, you gotta lurk more. You gotta lurk more. When the enemy team is over rotating, you want to lurk more. Attack. All right, that's good. You have ult, pop it. At least, there you go. At least the last round. You have the timing though. They're not gonna expect this. Get into the cubby here. All right. Good stuff. Good run. Get that heal. No. Okay. Dude, on pistol rounds, any opportunity you can to suck, you suck. That's a free 150. And they're forced to swing you. Okay, you guys lost. You definitely forced up here. You guys are just down too many rounds. Tough. Maybe peek from Rafter. Ask for heals. Wait, you got it? How did he get this heal off, actually? What? Wait. You can throw a heal, LOS. But Sky's heal doesn't work, LOS. Oh. Interesting. I did not know that. Grab his gun. Spectre? Yeah. That's a fat overheal. So something I'm noticing with your peaks too, you're holding W a little bit too much. Let's go back. See this peak? See this? Right here, watch this. Watch the way you peek this. You got this gun. You see how you W'd around this corner? I don't like this peek. I'll show you a little bit more in a custom after this, what I mean. You want to hold strafe keys and avoid holding W always. Always strafe keys. Every time you're clearing an angle for the first time, strafe keys, right? AD, 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 AD. Don't not hit W. Only time you hold W is after you clear something. The idea is you never want to W around a corner. You always want to put your back to the wall as far away from an angle as possible, and then peek with your strafe keys. See here a little bit. Let's look. Let's look. You're like going around the corners, so I don't know how to explain it. It's not crisp. It's not clean, right? You want to make sure that so your back should be here, and it needs to be like, I'll show you in a custom how you can clean this up. Also committing, right? You want to make sure you're not committing right away. You don't want to just like peek, spray, crouch. That's not always how gunfights need to go. Sometimes you can burst, right? So overcommitting is an issue. Don't overcommit. How do you spell commit? Is that right? To every single gunfight. Okay. See that? Okay. How you handled this gun situation was a lot better than what you were doing before. You see how you didn't immediately crouch spray? You crouched. This crouch was bad. This crouch was bad, but I like the way you didn't overcommit to that. You like readjusted. You missed the first two shots and then you readjust. This is what you should be doing. Just without the crouching, right? You should only crouch when you're committing, and you are crouching a bit too much. Tough. Let's try. Yeah, usually you just dismiss that and get out, but yeah, you got ulted, right? It's a good try. Okay, you're not over-rotating. I like this. And you're playing for the info. This is good. I like this play. And you're staying moving. You're not holding the angle. Going towards B. 2v1 situation. They have to grab the bomb, right? So, yeah. Nah. Okay, that very risky. Very risky. You don't want to force the situation. So be very careful. You don't want to force 1v1s. You want to play with your team. If he gets the bomb, let him get the bomb. And then when he plants the bomb, you and Sage can work together and go into site. Or you can form a timing by going through CT. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to force this 1v1 is all. So be very mindful of that. You get the kill, but it's not the safest play.
2 mid.
A shot.
Spike down A.
The problem here is they know where you're at, and you're going to hold the same angle. I would honestly fall off. You have the numbers advantage. So after getting a pick, it's one thing to note too. So after getting picks, if you have the number advantage, just fall off and reposition. Change the angle up. They're going to expect this. Now they definitely expect this, right?
Took the bomb. Reyna A heaven, yeah.
Careful, close slot. I know that you know, I know that you heard him run away, but it could have been a bait, and that's what I was worried about, and it was. Right? So, you got to be careful. You got to always clear corners, even, you know what I'm saying? I get the thought process, right? I understand why you didn't clear it, because you heard him running up and you thought it was just him, but never assume. If there was one left, then yeah, your play was fine, but...
You want to spike down B. You want to
So, animations. Stop with those knife switches. Also, try not to push up too early, right? I think this was a little bit premature. You don't have only time. Okay, so when to start flanking, when to push, right? So the idea is like you only want to flank and push up when you know where they are, right? Get information on the map. Get information. Like if you know that they're B, like a lot's B, then you can start doing this, but this was way too early. You don't have any info to go on. What I would have liked better was you holding an off angle. So after you clear this, hold this angle right here. This is a very strong angle. As Reyna only. Reyna and Jet only. Why? No one clears this. No one's going to clear you like this. And you can hold like a very comfortable crosshair placement where they just walk into it. And then you dismiss out. So I would have liked something like this a little bit more. They have A, they retake here.
One of 5 on.
Also, don't be afraid to take some fights, right? When you're Reyna, you can get away with what? Ult. Dismiss? Ult.
one enemy remaining.
XA, map, dead. Nice job. Good round. Good stuff. I would have liked the ult a little bit earlier, but hey, good stuff. Yeah, crouching too much, right? You're noticing it too, right? When we're rewatching it, you're just crouching too much when you don't need to be. Crouching too much. Unnecessarily. This is one of the few times where I'm saying like, the commitment is okay. Like, you know, you're going for like these little bursts and stuff, but you want to be strafing with this, right? You don't want to just be like, by default, crouch. You only crouch when you commit with the spray. So you only crouch when you commit. You don't crouch other than that. So yeah, this is one of the times where I'm saying you are over crouching and it's bad. This is one of the few times it is, but you know, people are always like, you know, don't crouch, but crouching is actually good if you use it good. But yeah, I crouch too much. Should I unbind crouch till I get it down? I wouldn't. I would focus strafing because crouching is still good, but in a deathmatch, tell yourself this: go into a deathmatch and be like, I'm not going to crouch this entire time and I'm not going to commit to any sprays, and then try it out, but still have it bound. You want to still use crouch, but you don't want to unbind it. You're in a good spot. I would hold an off angle though. Okay. No. Nah. You have nowhere to go, right? You got nowhere to go. You don't take that dismiss. You wait and you fight. Okay, wait, what happened here? So 5v4, you guys got the pick. Okay, you're watching this, you're spotting this, you're constantly moving. All right, respect it.
One enemy remaining.
Yes, sir.
Double flash, swinging wide with your jet. Okay. All right, yeah. So let me go into a quick custom. Let me explain. Okay, so some of the things that I noticed, right, with like peeking, right? Sometimes here's when I noticed it. You would do this like peek where you're like holding W. You know what I'm saying? You want to not do that. The reason for holding W, two things. Okay, look at the vision that you have from here, right? Nothing. You see absolutely shit. But if they're here, they see your shoulder. If you back up, same vision, they don't see your shoulder anymore. So you want to back up as far as possible, and you always strafe key around the corner. You never hold W. Also, with holding W on their screen, you barely move. It's like you just don't even move. You're moving super slow, and it's very easy for them to get this headshot. But if you're strafing, it's a lot harder to know when you're gonna stop. You know, harder to trace when you're holding strafe keys. So just something to note. Yeah, comms too. You should always try and comm. You know, communicate. You know, things with your team. Comms go a long way. What else did I notice that you were doing wrong? Overcommitting to too many fights, right? You don't want to just like shoot crouch. What you want to do is, right, 2 bullets, strafe, you know, strafe, and then if you like the way that your crosshair's at, then you can commit to the gunfight. You know what I'm saying?